Morning. I thought I'd show a little bit of what we got done yesterday. It didn't seem like we got an awful lot done, but maybe it's more than I thought. Did get this wall studded up. I got a couple more studs that has to go in down on this end of it, and I got a door mounted for the bathroom over there. The way this is going to work is you come to the top of the stairs. There's kind of a nice big roomy space here. We'll probably put a little closet that sits at an angle right here, but there's plenty of room to come up here and make the turn. And then there'll be a door here, and a door here. This door goes into the bathroom. And I went ahead and mounted it just because I'm using the old house doors, and I realize it's a lot easier to mount them as I go because nothing in this house is square. So if I kind of mount them as I'm building this all, it kind of makes more sense. So this area in here will be the bathroom, and it's a good sized bathroom. You'll notice a boatload of wires. All this wire was kind of shoved up in there. I'm going to have to make sense out of all that, and I will. But basically, I took out all these funky looking beams that were put up there wrong, and I'm going to put the beams back in that should be here today on this side and on the other side, and the skylight will go right here. So it's early Sunday morning. We'll be going to church this morning, but it's about 6 in the morning. We can do 2 or 3 hours of work before we have to knock off and get ready for church. So I'm going to go ahead and put some beams in and kind of go from there. Just thought I'd share with you the progress so far. So there is that. I can also show you what Trish is working on. She's been in here painting and scraping. She's got some paint remover on the back of this door. There's some paint on there that's a huge mess, and she's scraping it off of there. So that's the way that's going. Alright, I did a little bit of work this morning. I went ahead and studded up the ceiling in here. I've got a plan, which is to allow me to get more insulation between the inside of the house and the outside of the roof. I've got these nice big 6x6 beams here. I guess those are 4x6, but that only allows me to get 6 inches of insulation. I'd really like to have 8 or even 9. So my thinking is I'm going to run a 2x inside of here right up to there, and then insulate inside that, which would give me about 9 inches to put insulation in. And I'll get some of those little plastic doohickeys so I can get some air in there. But I'm going to do that here and kind of continue that all the way across here, so that basically that should work out just about right. The other plan is I'm going to go and get me a pull down attic door, and I'm going to put it right up here. And after I get an attic door put in there, where I've got these 6 beams here, I've got 6 inches of insulation between them. I'm going to actually run 2x4s across them this way on probably on 2-foot centers, and then I can put some 4 inches of insulation between them. Of course, this is after I get my wiring done, and then I can basically floor that up there, get me some cheap plywood, split it so I can get it up this hole, and then floor that, and then that'll give me a good bit of storage space up there, and it will give me at least 9 inches of insulation up there. If I have 9 inches of insulation up there and 9 inches of insulation in this part, I can insulate the part that I'm going to build that's going to sit back in here. There's a little wall, like over here, there's that little short wall. I can put as much insulation behind that as I want, because that area back there is just either wasted space or storage space. So that's the goal, is to get a boatload of insulation up here to keep this old house warm in the winter. I've got new windows already to go in up here, so once I get that done, hopefully we can heat this place. I've got a pellet stove, a wood stove, and a fuel heater, and the fuel heater costs too much to run almost. So anyway, that's the plan. Well, I'm going to knock off Goat Town and get the attic door, go ahead and get it installed today, and so then we'll go from there.